The sky and the depths below. Light and darkness. Despair and hope. Two very distinct themes, yet both are seemingly going to play a big role in the sequel to Breath of the Wild. For today's video, we're going to discuss just how these polar opposite themes might work, and if Breath of the Wild 2 will indeed be the darkest Zelda game ever developed. I want to give a special shout out to one of the viewers who wished to stay anonymous for suggesting I cover this topic. I really love the idea, and I know that there's some interesting points of discussion with these two major themes, so I decided to share with you all. With that said, if there's a point of discussion that you would love to hear me talk about, then let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, it really helps get these ideas out. And if you have been enjoying my videos these past weeks, subscribing really helps out the channel. Thank you all that have already done so. I'm here making these videos because of you. So once again,
Thank you!
now let's first talk about how these contrasting themes of the sky and the depths below will work in Breath of the Wild 2. With the two trailers, we have seen that the sky and depths of Hyrule will play an important role in Breath of the Wild 2. The first trailer focused heavily on Link and Zelda exploring what seems to be the depths beneath Hyrule Castle. And for 2 years, we were all but certain that a lot of this game was going to be exploring caves, ruins, and locations all beneath the land of Hyrule. It wasn't until the second trailer that we saw that the sky was going to play an important part as well. So how are these two going to work together? On one hand, we have this dark and grim underground filled with nothing but evil, and on the other hand, we have this bright and hopeful heavenly sky that seems to be the home of this ancient hero. I feel with these two trailers, Nintendo's making a statement that these two locations will play an equal importance to the story. And like any good story that holds these polar opposite themes, you can always find opposite similarities between them. I'll get more into these opposite similarities in a bit. I believe these polar opposite themes will set the stage for a very compelling and deep story. A story with two sides, one dark, frightful and evil, and another filled with hope, light and goodness. And even though both distinct, they both are shrouded in mystery. How long has Ganondorf been sealed beneath Hyrule? Why is he there? Who is this Link? What is this arm? So many mysteries clouding both sides. Now, one could say this is your usual trope of good versus evil found in every video game, movie, book, legend, and so on and so on. But no. For us Zelda fans, this game feels different. This game feels like the culmination of a battle that has gone on for millennia. This game feels like we're going to face a new but ancient evil that we haven't encountered before, all because of these extremely differing themes. Now you may be thinking, Ace Monkey, we know Ganondorf is going to be the villain in Breath of the Wild 2. So what makes this game so different? And why do you refer to him as a new evil? Well, as we know, the Master Sword makes an appearance in a majority of Zelda games, Breath of the Wild included. And once it's at its full power, you're able to successfully defeat Ganondorf and bring back peace to Hyrule. Now with Breath of the Wild 2 happening directly after Breath of the Wild, it's safe to say that the Master Sword is at full power at the beginning. So why do we see it broken? Yes, the sword sustained some damage in Breath of the Wild, but not to the point of breaking in half. What kind of evil did Link confront that completely overwhelmed the Master Sword to a point where it breaks? I mean, Ganondorf hasn't been able to do so in any other game, so I find it hard to believe he did so in his current decrepit state. So that's why I believe the evil power that is lurking beneath Hyrule will be an evil we haven't seen before. There's also talk that Demise could make a return and be a cause in all this. Hyrule Gamer made a great video detailing this, so check it out for more on that. Personally, I don't think it is solely Demise doing, since he is sealed within the Master Sword, so something has to break it first. Like, get it? That's why I'm still leaning towards a new evil we have yet to see. Now, remember I talked about these opposite similarities? If we do see this new evil, or maybe just an even more powerful Ganondorf, then on the opposite side, we have to see an equal force to oppose it. So that is why I also believe we will see a new ancient power of good that we have never seen before to counter this new evil. I have sort of touched on these topics of ancient power of good in my previous Zelda theories, so check it out if you haven't. This idea again is a classic trope used in storytelling. We are surprised by a new evil at the beginning of the story. We believe that this new force is impossible to defeat in our current state. We continue on with the story and with the twist learn that there's also a new force of goodness to take on this new evil. A classic Kisho Kentenku narrative. You guys thought you were going to escape from ancient Japanese culture this time, didn't you? Now let's talk about the much debated subject within the community, being whether Breath of the Wild 2 will be the darkest Zelda game yet. Which yes, that includes Majora's Mask. A game filled with impending doom, loss of hope, death, and yeah, more death. At the moment, it's hard to say that a game could be darker than Majora's Mask. Even I find it hard to believe that there could be an even darker and grimmer. Is that a word? Grimmer? I find it hard to believe that there could be an even darker or more grim game than Majora's Mask. But you know, there's a small part of me that thinks Breath of the Wild 2 can do it. Looking at these themes and knowing that although the main villain seems to be Ganondorf, there seems to be a greater evil looming. I know that in itself isn't enough to make it a dark game, but again, I feel this game is going to be one that's different than any other game we have seen. This seems to be a culmination to a fight that started thousands of years ago, and we're going to witness a story and game that will permanently change everything we know about the Zelda series. With that said, it may not be on the same page as Majora's Mask in talk of themes seen in the game, but the impact it could have on the series could be of a greater magnitude, thus making it an even darker game. Oh man, just thinking about this gets me hyped up for next spring. And although Breath of the Wild 2 may not be the darkest game, I feel like the story will be one of the best just by seeing all the pieces that have already been laid out. I'm excited to explore and experience the sky and the depths and see what mysteries they both hold. But for now we wait, we theorize, and we discuss. So if you want to keep on the Zelda hype train, go check out one of my previous theory videos if you haven't. I use Japanese legends and folklore to theorize potential plot and gameplay for Breath of the Wild 2. We made it back to 2,000 subscribers, which is thanks to each and every one of you. You guys are super awesome. Till next week, I'm Ace Monkey, have a great day, and thanks for watching.